I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script, every scene. This from last year, but they clean. Say to say, I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang, the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feather, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's good, Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joke, and I'm back again with a brand new video. And earlier today, it was just announced that the Carolina Panthers have released strong safety NORRIS Searcy and an offensive tackle Isaiah Battle. I'll start with Battle real quick. This is a much quicker story. Now, he was a guy that we really never... He was a depth piece, honestly. A guy that hasn't played a single snap in the regular season in the NFL. And honestly, it wasn't all that surprising to see that he was gone, especially after we traded up for Greg Little. Isaiah Battle was also a left tackle. But we also have these guys from the AAF, a lot of offensive linemen from there. We picked up some tight ends who are also part of the AAF. But I think that their best chance of making the team is less so as tight ends in their pass catching abilities and more so for their blocking abilities and probably more so for the special team abilities as well. And they're probably going to be guys we'll keep as special teamers who, if we do get decimated on the O-line, we can feel confident in their blocking abilities late in the season maybe. Those are guys who are mostly going to be fighting for roles as blockers on the outside, more so than tight ends. We're not going to carry 4 tight ends on our team. And there's going to be some teams in the NFL who don't carry more than 2. So I'm not really all that surprised to see that Isaiah Battle's gone. And as for the NORRIS Searcy, I'm also not very surprised that he was cut. Not for the same reasons as Battle, but the dude suffered 2 concussions in less than a month. Honestly, bro, I'm surprised it took him this long to even announce it. I would have told the team at that moment, look, man, I really can't risk it. Look, 2 concussions in less than a month is extremely serious. And there is not very many amounts of money you can make that's going to make up for you having CTE for the next 30 plus years of your life, man. Not saying it's guaranteed. That's a very, very risky play to make, to say, I'm coming back to the NFL after taking 2 hits to the head like that. Less than a month is what really gets me, man. It could be the next one that really gets you. It could be the first one that really gets you. And honestly, it's not really worth it for the NORRIS Searcy. He's not getting any kind of really big paydays later on at this point in his career. It's not really going to happen. So you have to weigh the options there. Is a couple million really worth maybe getting a very long-term head injury and ruining your quality of life to the point where all that money you just earned is going to be going toward medical expenses? I don't get deep into that, but I think it was pretty telling. The team spent a long time not talking about Ross Cockrell and Kevin Seymour, and then after a while, they did this really long-form article talking about those 2 guys in their rehab, and the NORRIS Searcy was very conspicuously left out. I did a video, I think a month before that article even came out, asking what was happening with the NORRIS Searcy, asking what was happening with Ross Cockrell, and we see now what's happening. Basically, Cockrell's recovering, and Searcy is now off the team. But I want to get into this article they wrote on the Panthers.com website. It's 3 paragraphs, only 5 sentences. And the biggest part for me, I might be nitpicking here a little bit, but it's the last paragraph. It's only 1 sentence. I'm going to put it on the screen and read it to you real quick. It says, Searcy was a candidate to start at safety last year, but now after opting not to draft a safety in 2019, the Panthers are looking for opportunities to feature some of the others on the roster alongside Eric Reed, among them 2018 third-round draft choice Rashawn Golden. Now, there are some parts of this sentence that I feel are maybe a little bit intentionally misleading. I don't want to be too nitpicky here, but first off, the very first part of the sentence says, Searcy was a candidate to start at safety last year. I mean, was he a candidate, or did he actually start the 2 games? I'm kind of confused. I mean, what's a candidate? The guy was the actual starter at safety last year. Was Greg Olsen only a candidate to start at tight end? I mean, he started, but he got injured and missed some games. I mean, was Cam a candidate to start at quarterback last year? Because he started and then he missed some games late. I mean, what's the definition of a candidate and what's the definition of a starter? I don't know. And it kind of ties into the later part of the sentence where it feels like the team's trying to maybe spin it so it says that like NORRIS Searcy might have been the guy to play free safety, but then, we didn't draft a guy, and then we're cutting NORRIS Searcy now because of the concussions, and now we have to go with Rashawn Golden. It makes it seem like the 2 things are kind of related when there is no correlation at all between NORRIS Searcy's health and the team picking up a free safety or Rashawn Golden, getting the nod to, I guess, compete at free safety. Now, on one hand, I can really appreciate some very well done spin in sports media This is spun perfectly because it really does hinge on the fact that most Panthers fans won't remember NORRIS Searcy, because the news for the defensive back situation last year went, we got NORRIS Searcy in early March, I don't know when it was. He got injured in the second game of the season. Colin Jones came in. That experiment was bad from the beginning. And then the team, to a lot of media hype and everything, picked up Eric Reid. And then Eric Reid played really well last year. So I think a lot of fans, we don't really know what his name, we don't really remember all that much about what happened there. Those are dark times. Let's forget about him. And this last sentence kind of feels like it's being intentionally misleading, to the point where it's trying to connect Searcy's role in the team to Rashawn Golden's, when there was never ever any correlation between Searcy as a strong safety and Rashawn Golden getting a chance to play free safety. And I did notice they never used the phrase strong safety when describing NORRIS Searcy, when he's literally only played strong safety in his career. There was not a single chance he was ever going to compete for the free safety spot on the team at all. So it was a little bit misleading, but for sports media, you have to do a little spin there. And honestly, like I said in my past video, if you want to get fans to remember Rashawn Golden's name, because Marty Herney did say that he thought that fans were all forgetting about Rashawn Golden, I said you have to remind them, and you have to give them a good reason to remember the name. And this is how you do it right here. And this is how you do it right here, by bringing him up in situations where he really may not be, the actual focus of the topic. I just want to point out real quick that Eric Reid would never even be on the team if it weren't for Searcy going down, and if it weren't for Colin Jones playing poorly. Look, if Colin Jones was playing like a starter level talent last year, we would not have picked up Eric Reid in free agency. This is how it goes. So it's a little bit disingenuous here, this last sentence, but you know what? I feel it there. I can actually kind of respect it. It's really good. It's a well done spin, and I think it's going to get the job done for most fans who just don't remember who Rashawn Golden is. That's my opinion on it, man. What's your thoughts on this? Do you care about Isaiah Battle being waived? Do you care about NORRIS Searcy being cut? Does this last sentence mean anything to you? Does it actually sound like it's being misleading, or am I kind of being a little bit nitpicky over nothing? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And one last thing, if you want to support the channel, go down to that pinned comment below. Sign a petition, takes all of 10 seconds, man. You know I appreciate you guys. And as always, you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.